All right, so topic we'll be talking about today is lead generation. Of course, like I told you guys. All right, so first, what I want to start off with, what is not working? As you guys may know, okay, over the last 3 years or so, social media has changed dramatically. Okay, so say for example, if you had a lead generation strategy, and and that was working during the like right when we went into shutdown in 2020, right, and maybe you was doing it until 2021, right, if or even 2022, right, if you're still doing some of those same, now the principles are still, the same principles, right? But some of the strategies, right, have evolved. And there's certain things that are working now and that are not working anymore. And I'm gonna break down why first, right? So as the pandemic, when we got into COVID, right, and all the gyms shut down and things like that, right, there was this big boom in the health and fitness industry, right, where personal trainers, fitness coaches, health practices, everybody had to be, everybody had to, put their problem solver hat on and find out how can they not just make money for their business, but how can they currently serve their clients? Because look, if this may have happened to you when gym shut down and everything, right? You probably have clients that are in contract, clients that are paying you per session, clients that are paying you monthly. Maybe you might have signed up some clients a week before, right? And they still are expecting, right, like a service from you, or they probably want their money back, right? So at that time, people are scrambling, trying to figure out things. And here's what happened. There were a lot of online trainers and online coaches that were birthed from 2020 until now. So what does that mean? In the marketplace, you have more people that are, and people like myself that are teaching trainers and fitness coaches how to market themselves correctly on social media, how to, deliver clients, service without stepping a foot in the gym. So the consumers, right, they are now consuming more information between 2020 and between 2020 and now 2023, right? So what happens in the marketplace when that happens, when a boom like that happens? The marketplace, people will call it saturated, right? But the marketplace just becomes more sophisticated, meaning that the consumers have now started consuming more of the information that fitness coaches and health professionals are putting out on social media, right? Everything from, lead generation, right? Like what's like back in the day, like what was working with leads, what can generate leads. They're seeing ads, right? They get in on phone calls, they get in on sales calls with all of these health professionals and fitness professionals, right? And now they have a more understanding of what health and fitness professionals offer online. So the market doesn't become saturated, it just becomes more sophisticated. So the things that were working in 2020 or the things that were working in 2021 or even the things that were working in 2022 will not work in today's market now. So if you've seen like a dip in lead generation or a dip in your calls and things like that, this is why. Okay. So I want to first talk about some of the things that's not working that I hear, and I've heard like all of these on like calls all this week, right? Cold DMing people without a reliable strategy. So just thinking that you could just go in DMs and just start having random conversations, right? With just like anybody and kind of hoping something lands, right? Like that won't fly anymore. Like maybe, years ago, you know what I'm saying, that might fly, but now I'm pretty sure all of you guys on this call, how like probably every single day you get some type of coach that's trying to sell you something through your DM, right? Compared to in the beginning of 2020 or a little bit of 2021, that wasn't as common, right? But as ad costs rise and other coaches have no other way to get clients but by using organic strategies, right? So the market becomes a lot more sophisticated and people are aware of DM strategies and stuff like that. So open rates start to decline as well. So you have to have some type of reliable strategy that works with cold DM and warm DM outreach, or just posting random stuff on social media and kind of hoping and land, right? Or following like the trends, right? That's going on. That some of these Instagram reel coaches are teaching you guys, right? right? So posting that and hoping something land. Or maybe you like a good post that performed pretty well for you. You want to boost the post and put like $5 a day or $10 or $20 or something like that behind it. And now you just spent money, but you didn't get any leads or didn't convert into any sales. So boosting posts as well. And this is what I want to get into right now too, right? Because we're gonna talk about like creating lead magnets for you guys. Okay. So when people think about lead magnets, they probably immediately go to, oh, I want to create an ebook. Anybody here got an ebook or ever wanted to create an ebook? Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a yes in the give me a 2 in the chat if you have an ebook or you wanted to create an ebook, like a recipe book or something like that. Okay. So creating like just ebooks or just like PDF files and say, oh, I'm gonna get this away for free to use it as a lead magnet. It's not saying that it can't work, right? But more importantly, and I'll talk about this in the next slide, or I think it's a slide after this. More importantly, it has to be valuable, okay? And I'm gonna talk about like that word valuable, what I mean by that. Or just getting leads, and maybe you are getting leads, but you have no back end system. Definitely got to have a back end system in today's market, and I'll explain why. All right. So let's talk about what is working. All right. What's working right now? Okay. So listen, like I was telling you guys before, information is not that valuable in 2023. All right. Like the information that that you had in 2020, 2021, 2022 in today's market, because the market is so sophisticated now, right? It's just not that valuable. It's not that valuable. So just creating like a random ebook, right? Creating like a random ebook or a random like PDF file and like say, oh, I'm gonna give it away, get some leads, and then wonder why you don't get leads, right? It's because like they could probably go on somebody's Instagram page or somebody's YouTube channel and get that same information. It's a lot of information out there, right? Because a lot of high ticket coaches have been created in the health and fitness industry. So we have to do what? Put that information out there and use it as content. So now it's like, what should you use as a lead generation asset that can actually generate you leads on a daily basis, right? So here's what you want to do. You want to create an asset that fixes a problem, right? You want to create an asset that fixes a problem. So that's why I was saying, it's not saying that like, an ebook couldn't work for it, right? But that better be a hell of an ebook, right? It better be a hell of an ebook, and it needs to fix a problem in the beginning stage of your client journey. All right, your actual client journey now, and I'm gonna break that down. So this is what you want to do. You want to look at the data. You want to look at the data, okay? So think about anytime a client works with you, okay, and say they work with you for however long it is, right? What does that client need in order to be qualified? Okay. What does that client need in order to be qualified? So say, for example, if you look over the last 2 years or so, okay, and look at like some of the things that like the new clients that you enroll, some of the things that they have in common. Maybe one of the things that they have in common is that all of them are actively already on some type of strict diet, or they're doing something with their nutrition. They're actively trying to fix the fat loss or weight loss problem by trying something with their nutrition. It doesn't have to be the right thing, right? You know what I'm saying? But they're actively trying to do something with their nutrition. I'm just using this as an example, right? So maybe when they first start working with you, you have them start doing something for the first 7 days or 14 days, right? With their nutrition. So what does that actually look like? And if I'm you, I'm going to take that process and I'm going to turn it into an asset, right? So that I can now start, because clearly the data is saying people are already trying to do this. So they see this as valuable, right? They see this as valuable. So that can be creating a nutrition guideline ebook, a nutrition guideline, fat loss ebook, weight loss ebook, weight gain ebook, whatever it is that you actually, the person that you help and the problem that you solve for them, right? That gets me, that goes to my next thing, right? Whatever this lead magnet is, the person is cool, right? Like the person that you help. I know some of you guys may like help like busy entrepreneurs, busy professionals, moms, things like that, right? But more importantly, like the problem that you solve, right? Like when you guys are niching down, this is the most important thing, the problem that you solve. The person is cool, like that's cool to niche down on a person, to specifically speak to a person, right? But more importantly, you want to figure out like the problem that you solve. So this lead magnet, right? This lead magnet needs to be attractive to the person that you help and the problem that you solve for them. And what you want to, and the whole point of this lead magnet is just to get more leads and to get more people booked on your calendar. But from a long-term standpoint, you want to create more qualified buyers. All right. You want to create more qualified buyers. Because keep in mind, guys, I'm sure everybody, all you guys that are on here, you're not just here to build a business for 12 months. You're probably here to build a business for 12 years. Okay. So as you are generating leads, of course, you're going to get some of those leads, get them booked on a calendar and close them and enroll them into your high ticket offer, or, whatever online offer that you have. Right. But you are going to get some people that are not actively qualified for your offer right now. And that's fine. So how can we get that person to become more qualified? Sell them the thing, right? That is going to get them, or not sell, but give away the thing that's going to get them more qualified. Just give it away, right? And to create something a lot more valuable, right? Like it can be like a 7-day trial. Trainerize has an option now where you can put people in Trainerize and give them access to a 7-day trial inside of Trainerize, right? Like you can do that. And then you can add the ebook on top of it. You can add a phone call on top of it. You can add a health assessment on top of it. And now you just created something that's really, really valuable that would definitely get you leads. You want to make sure that what you name it is very attractive to that person, right? And now you got an asset that can generate you leads every single day. And at the same time is creating more qualified buyers on the back end. It's creating more qualified buyers on the back end. Okay. So let me know if that makes sense. Give me a 3 in the chat and let me know if that makes sense, guys. Creating a lead magnet, right? Making it a little bit more valuable. It doesn't have to be like time consuming or anything like that. In Trainerize, it take you like freaking fucking 15 minutes to do it. Like my clients, I think the client the other day told me it took her 30 minutes to do it. She created this asset for 30 minutes. And then now she got this asset, until she created another one. And this is something that's going to generate her leads every single day, right? And create more qualified buyers for on the long end, all right, for long term. Okay. All right, cool. Let me see. All right, bet. Good. All right, cool. So what I want to do as well, right? I'm gonna pull the curtain back for you guys. All right, cool. I'm gonna pull the curtain back for you guys. All right, so I want y'all to follow me, and we're gonna use this over here. Like I was telling you guys before, some of you guys you may have came in late. If you don't have access to that free course, just come here in the chat. Where is that? Let me bring up this chat. Oh, here we go. Just come here in the chat and it's right here. The sign up link is right here. And then we got the login link right here, guys. All right. So if you don't have access to this free course, all right, like it's right here. All right. So this is what's working really good for us right now. All right. This is what's working for us. And this is what we're teaching our clients too. All right. So like I was telling you guys, in order to get leads first, it has to be something of value. This lead magnet, whatever it is, right? I recommend that it be some type of, like free offer, 7-day thing, 5-day thing, right? But it's fixing a problem, right? It's fixing like the surface level, it don't have to be like, oh, like they gonna lose 20 pounds in 1 week. Like absolutely nothing crazy like that, right? But what does this asset that you created, what is it gonna solve for them? What is it gonna solve for them? So it's like, for example, let me move this up. We're using a free course, right? We're using a free course. And what we did is we just reverse engineer it. What makes a person more qualified for what we have to offer, right? Is if they actually launch their online offer. If they're familiar with things like ClickFunnels, if they're familiar with things like Trainerize, right? If they're familiar with things like organic outreach, right? These are things that they can start doing that will make them more qualified for a higher ticket offer, right? Now, this course that we're giving away now is it is something that we've actually sold. But like I told you guys, especially in the B2B service, in the B2B industry, the market is way more sophisticated now. So information isn't that valuable. But the thing that you give away, I recommend that you don't make it some type of trash offer. Make it fucking good. So if they go through the offer, they like, yo, this is good. This is good stuff. So now what are you doing? You're actually selling the asset is creating a more qualified buyer because it's doing the legwork for you by selling your main offer to them. Because that's at the end of the day, the free lead magnet that you guys create and that you give away, that is not going to fix their problem. That is not going to be, like the magic pill that allows them to have these, brand new patterns and brand new habits and, a different, mindset when it comes to health and fitness and movement, right? That's not going to be the thing. You get what I'm saying? But it is going to be the asset that attracts them into your ecosystem, right? So that you now have a better opportunity to offer the thing that will fix their problem for good and change their life. All right. But we first have to attract them into our ecosystem first, right? So that's where it first starts. Everything is always going to start with, of course, like the niche, but the offer. Like, is the offer good? And do people even want it? So don't go and create an ebook that you want people to buy. That's why I said reverse engineer it. See what people have already been doing before coming to you, and then create an asset that's better than that and more attractive to the person that you're looking to help. Just go to the data. Anytime you're trying to look for like what should you do in your business when it comes to creating some type of asset, look at the data. Don't create something that you want people to buy, because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to buy it. Create something that people are already buying, right? So think about it like this. Sell them what they want and give them what they need on the back end. Okay. So you first want to create that lead magnet, some type of free offer, 7-day thing, 5-day thing, pretty good offer, but also not going to take you time, but it's going to get you leads. And this is what we're doing, right? So we generate leads. We use that lead magnet and we generate leads 3 ways. Okay. So I know I heard some people say that they do organic outreach. Organic outreach is good, right? For sure. Organic outreach is good. Okay. And we do it. And here's how you can scale with organic outreach. As some of you guys may know, you can only send a maximum amount of 40, especially if 40 messages a day, right? If it's a new account, you probably have to start with 20 and then kind of like build your way up with the resistance of, Facebook and Instagram and things like that, right? But for the most part, if it's already an active account, you already, having conversations with prospects and you posting, regularly on your Instagram or your Facebook or LinkedIn, 40 messages a day, right? And here's the KPI that you want to aim for when it comes to organic outreach, right? You want to aim for anywhere between 2 to 5 leads a day. If you get 5, that's like phenomenal. That's phenomenal. 2 a day is okay. 3 is like normal. That's like average. Okay. But you want to aim for anywhere between like 2 to 5 a day. But here's the thing. If you do it on Instagram, if you do it on Facebook, if you do it on LinkedIn, right? And you actually have your strategy dialed in, right? And you get, anywhere between 3 to 4 leads from each profile, you're looking at about 10 leads a day. And how you can scale it is by creating other profiles, creating more profiles, right? So it's like, okay, if we hit 40 a day and we just create more profiles and we're getting anywhere between 2 to 4 leads, if we create another profile and build that profile up, we can get 2 to 4 leads a day from there, right? And you can do it organically. That's how you can scale with organic outreach. But here's the thing with organic outreach. right, that we've been noticing, right, is like I told you guys, the market is becoming very, very much sophisticated. So you have to test like a strategy, a new approach, like almost every 60 days, right? And it's kind of the same way with ads, right? Like you launch an ad, right? The ad to be doing well. And then in another 30 or 60 days, yes, you're going to have to launch another ad, most likely, but you always want to be testing, right? It doesn't matter like what it is, billboards, commercials, organic outreach, paid advertisement, paid shout outs, whatever it is. As business owners, we always want to test. So it don't matter if it's organic or with paid traffic. You can't be lazy with it. You have to always test. You have to always test. Okay. And I'll show you one thing that we're doing, and that's inside of the course. So here's one thing that we do that works well. And like I said, you have to test, right? But we use an organic outreach video. This works really well for me. Some clients that I have, the written works better than the video, but that comes from testing, right? But if you never used video will probably work really well for you, especially if you do it with cold audience, right? Because cold traffic, the one thing you want to sell to cold traffic is the problem that you solve for them, not your oh, you like me, this is my lifestyle, this is my mission, blah blah blah, right? Like people are busy. They want to know like, can you help me or no? You get what I'm saying? So when you speak into cold traffic, it has to be different compared to when you speak into warm traffic. People in your warm traffic, people that are already following you and things like that, they're familiar with your personality, right? The offer doesn't need to be that good in order to convert warm traffic, but your offer and how you present it has to be pretty fucking good in order to convert cold traffic. All right. But the good thing about cold traffic is you could bring new people to your page every single day instead of having to talk to the same, people in your warm traffic every single day. You're building a list this way. Okay. So here you can come to lead generation and come to organic outreach 60-second video cold traffic. All right. And we have one for warm traffic too. The difference between the videos is what you're saying in the beginning of the video. All right. But these work pretty well. And we have like the example videos here. Like we have the script. Where is it? Oh, that's the DM script. But we have the framework in here as well. Right. So you could download like the video framework. You see like this video framework here. You can download it. Right. And what you can do is you can, of course, edit it to your, your offer, the person that you help and your brand and things like that. And you can use this teleprompter app, right, to upload it to the teleprompter app. And then you just don't go in selfie mode and you record it. You don't want to get all dolled up, put on makeup, get a sexy background, right? Like you see, I'm just like chilling on my couch. I got the trainer ride shirt on. I'm just chilling, right? You want this to be something really relaxed, so that when they see the video, they feel like it's very, very personal. Okay. So this works really well to generate leads with cold traffic and warm traffic. And we also have the outreach script as well, right? So after they watch the video, what to say after it, how to convert them into a lead, and all of that good sexy stuff. Okay. And prospecting and stuff like how to find people and stuff like that is all in here. And that's going to be based on the person that you help and the problem that you solve for them. So all that's in here. Okay. Where is X? So it's right here. So I just pinned it. I just pinned it. Okay. So Daniel, let me know if you can see it, Daniel. It's right here pinned to the chat. Okay. Cool. All right, cool. So that's one thing that we use it for organic outreach. All right. And then of course, posting high ticket content. All right. Posting high ticket. And what we mean about high ticket content, right, is you want to serve, sell, right? And getting behind the camera, using your voice, right? Sharing your perspective, giving good tips. And when you're serving, you have to make sure that you do a light ad. I like to do like an ask like on Fridays, because what you don't want to do is always put like a call to action every single day, right? And then y'all don't want to come off as like salesy, as you're always like, asking. You want to serve, 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 and then ask. Serve, 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 and then ask. Let me see. So what would you do objection handling content on your page? Okay. It's not popping up. So yeah, so like I love objection handling. So this is what I like to do with objections, right? So when people give you objections, is a few places that you want to that you want to address this, right? You want to address this in your entire sales process. All right. And you want to reverse engineer it. You want to reverse engineer it, right? So if someone, okay, so I see, I think I can do this by myself. All right. So listen, you have to make sure that you have something in your program, right, that can help them overcome the objective and see the benefit of it. See the benefit of it. So here's the thing with objections, right? Like, what do you have in your program that can help solve that problem? So it sounds like this is, so Ray, it sounds like this would be like the daily accountability that you provide for your high ticket clients, right? So like what we like to tell our clients is check on all of your clients every single day, twice a day. One time in the morning, one time in the evening. And you can do that right there in Trainerize. I think I break that down in the free course too. So we do it right there in Trainerize. And of course, everybody got to send you their food, their sweaty selfie when they done a workout. They got to log the workout, tracking their steps, tracking their habits. You should be holding them accountable for all of these things. I'm pretty sure you know that, right, Ray? Right? So it's like, okay, cool. So my program already fixes that problem. And if it doesn't, make sure that your program fixes that problem. All right. And then make sure that you can properly articulate that on your sales calls and highlight the benefit of the accountability. Highlight the benefit of the accountability. Always on a sales call. All right. Because here's what you don't want to do when you're on sales calls, guys. You don't want to assume that the prospect understands. Okay. You want to highlight the benefit. All right. And then make sure that you nod your head, say, hey, is that something that you understand? Is that something that you feel that you can benefit from? And nod your head and get them to agree. And if they don't agree, ask them more questions so you can get more clarification behind it. And don't move forward unless they see like, oh, okay, I actually see how that can help me. Paint a picture for them when you're on these sales calls. Okay. And also, when you create content, address it in your content. That means that there's a certain belief that they have right now. So your content should be, talking about the current belief that they have and introducing them to another one. Right. So that's what I mean about your entire sales process from beginning to end, but just reverse engineer it. Most people will say like, okay, I get this objection. I'm going to handle it in my content, and they don't handle it on sales calls. And then they program don't fix the problem either. You get what I'm saying? So like, for example, I was talking to a young man earlier this week, and I was like, he helps busy entrepreneurs. Like, what's some of the objections you get? He's like, well, they're always traveling, and they're always on the go. So anytime they on the go and they moving around, they stop and they get groceries. They stop and they get fast food. I'm like, okay, well, how can we solve that problem for them? He's like, well, I can create like a grocery list of, well, like I can create like a like a PDF or something, or like a short video, like teaching them like what should they actually do when they're on the go, telling them to stop and Google healthy foods near me, right? And now that solved that problem, right? So that now he's like, okay, I'm gonna add that in my program. Okay, cool. So make sure that you are willing to articulate that on your sales call when that objection comes up. Make sure you're able to articulate that in your content so that instead of when people come to your page and they believe that if they're a busy entrepreneur and they're traveling and they got to stop and get fast food, introduce them to a new perspective. So it has to cover, the entire sales process, not just one part of it. All right, bet. Cool. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so yeah, that takes me to high ticket. So your high ticket, so it's two things that your high ticket content is doing, right? It's nurturing, right? And it's doing those things that I just told you guys about. It should be introducing people to new perspectives, right? And shifting beliefs, right? This is why I say always look at the data, pay attention to what people are saying on sales calls, like how Ray put that in quotations. He probably hears that a lot. So now he's going to go to the drawing board and say, okay, yeah, I'm addressing it in my content. I'm also addressing it on my sales call. I also make sure that I'm addressing it and I'm highlighting it, on my sales calls and when I'm doing client delivery. Okay. So your high ticket content is also, think about it like this, right? Like if you're doing organic outreach, right, and they see your video, they're probably going to do what? Probably click on your profile and go to your profile, read your bio, and then they're going to start consuming your content. So you want to make sure that you are showing up confidently and you are giving tips and you are introducing people to different perspectives, right? So that they understand what it would be like if they work with you, if they coach you and they on a Zoom call. Now they can feel like, okay, like I could see this person coaching me and they're giving me pretty good tips. Let me go ahead and move forward and go to the next step, right? So high ticket content is going to be doing, a couple things, qualifying people, disqualifying people, but also nurturing these, brand new prospects that are coming to your page, right? And then paid traffic, right? So here's the thing with paid traffic, right? This is what really works well for us. And, I'm going to kind of get into like these next two steps, like this opt-in page and then this Facebook group, right? I think everybody here like went through this exact same funnel. Everybody that's here, right? So this is why this works well, right? For one, it works well because the offer is fucking good. We're giving away a free course to personal trainers and fitness coaches. Who would deny that? Now, say if we did this, like, oh, I'm giving away a free masterclass. It's not saying that it won't convert. It will, right? Sure, but not as good as if I'm giving away a free course. And the free course is also going to qualify people to create them and get them to a point where, say, if somebody gets halfway through the course or even a quarter through the course, they're more qualified than they was when they came in. They're more aware of certain things. And also it's probably, if you're doing DM outreach and you're doing 120 messages a day, that's probably going to get exhausting, right? And now you're like, you know what? I'm going to go to Harry and his team because I know that they can help me with a virtual assistant, with automation, and with paid traffic. So now they can fix that problem by taking organic outreach off my hands. Now I got a virtual assistant doing it for me, and we also scaling with paid ads. You get what I'm saying? Versus a person that ain't never did organic outreach, right? And then they come to us and we're like, hey, like we can have a virtual assistant do it for you. It's not necessarily a problem for them just yet. So what we want to do is give what you want your free offer to do, your free lead magnet to do, is give people wins, fix one problem for them, and create a new one. And the new problem that you create for them is what your high ticket offer solves. Okay. Now, the good thing with this paid traffic, with how we run a funnel, it's a simple two-step funnel. Super simple two-step funnel, guys. All right. Super. So it just goes to an opt-in page, right? We collect name, email, phone number. And then all of this sexy stuff starts firing off. And after they submit that, it goes to a Facebook group. It goes to a page. And on this page, you can join the Facebook group, right? I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with it. But this is why it works really well. So as you guys know, Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. All right. It's very, very smart. Like, I know you guys hearing all of the AI stuff, but like, pixels have picked the Facebook pixel, right? Has been around for years. That's AI. That's been around for years. And it's been collecting data on us by the second. Right now it's collecting data, right? And here's the thing. Here's why we're taking advantage of Facebook, of the platform, Meta, and why it's going to it gives us really, really cheap leads. They want us to keep people on the platform. So normally, like your normal, like 2-step or 3-step, funnel looks like, ad or, offer, opt-in page, and then, video VSL, which works well. Like, so I'm not knocking it, right? Because we still do that, right? Or, an hour-long masterclass or a webinar, whatever the case may be. And then it takes people off of the platform. You want to do that, but it's like, how can we take advantage of what Meta is offering us and still take people off the platform? So when we do this and send people to a Facebook group, Meta is now seeing that data. They're like, oh, you're keeping people on our platform. You're paying us to advertise your offer, and you're keeping people on our platform. We're going to advertise your Facebook group and your offer more because you're keeping people on our platform. So this is why we're able to get $4 and $5 leads, and everybody else is paying like $10 and $15. I'm not saying other people aren't running a similar funnel to this, right? But this is why we're able to get such cheap leads, right? Such cheap leads, right? Like we get about 40 to 50 leads every single day running this, okay? On autopilot, okay? Now here's how you take people off of the platform. Here's how you take people off of the platform. So we have automations and integrations going all types of places. So once the opt-in person opts in, they go into we have like a 50-day email sequence, but this is like what we do for clients, a 10-day email sequence, and then they get access to that VSL. Anybody seen like that 6-minute video that I had, right? 6-minute video that I had that I sent to you via we sent it to you in text and we sent it to you in email. That's called a VSL, a video sales letter. Video sales letter, okay? SMS as well, Facebook group, right? And then also some of you guys probably got a text or a phone call from our setter calling you for a 5 or 10-minute call. So this is how we can keep people on the platform. Facebook still get cheap ass leads, but still take people off of the platform. Because here's what you guys want to know, right? Remember what I said, what is not working? Getting leads with no back-end system, right? So just doing this and having this, right? And nothing happens after they opt in, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like automation and AI, all of that is really good, but you still want to have human interaction. So we have virtual assistants that speak to your so you running this type of funnel, you have virtual assistants that speak to all your prospects that are coming in, and you want to get them booked on your calendar, right? Hey, if you don't have a setter, as these leads are coming in, call them, dial them, text them, right? So you want to make sure that you are having, multiple. Like sales is a contact sport. So you get a lot of tackles, right? You got a solid defense, and you can easily put points on the board. You get what I'm saying? So just think about it like that. The more points of contact that you have with these leads, right? The more calls you can get booked right here. The more calls you can get booked, and the more calls you can get booked, the more opportunities you have to make money inside of your online offer. Okay? And then on the back end, of course, long form content, all of that stuff, follow up, all of that good stuff. And then launching, doing this again with the high ticket content, serve for 30 days and then sell for 7 days, serve for 60 days and then sell for 7 days or 14 days and do it 30 days. You can do this every 30 to 60 days because look, as you get all of these leads on the front end, you'll get some people to sign up right here in the middle, but you're going to have a shit ton of leads on the back end too. And the last thing you want them to do is just to fall off the end of the funnel, right? Without serving and making another ask, right? So if you ever feel like, oh, I don't want to come off salesy, serve like a motherfucker and then ask. Okay, that's always gonna fix that problem. If you don't want to come off salesy, serve. What I'm doing right now, this is a free private training I'm doing right now. I'm serving. I'm not selling y'all anything, right? So if you serve and you have the right strategy behind it, people are going to come to you.